soporific. It's that hard to see you couldn't find another chick doing it like me. This fashion game, I'm in my lane. They try to follow, but they all get swerve made. And when I'm stepping out. Hey my blushing glams, it's your girl Blush, and I'm back with another episode of Glam Chat. What up, what up, what up? Alright, so I'm trying this whole consistent thing. I got no excuse. I'm home. Not doing much, so I got no excuse but to be consistent. Anyways, so this video is actually going to be something I've been contemplating on doing for a long time. I've always wanted to do a story time. This is my first story time, and as you can tell by the title, this story time will be about the time that I let the robbers in. Now, I didn't literally let the robbers in, but you'll see why I did name the title like I did as you listen to the story. Now, before I actually get into the story, so there's two things I actually want to go ahead and touch base on. First and foremost, you know, I know you just kind of spend like a good 2-3 minutes listening to me talking, so you can actually be a part of the Blushing Glam Squad by, it's really simple. It doesn't take much. You don't have to, it's free. You don't have to sign up for anything. The only thing you gotta do is press that subscribe button. And then, here's a little bonus. When you become a subscriber, you also have the option of getting notifications when my videos come up. And you can do that by pressing the bell, okay? All right, the next thing I do want to go ahead and touch base on is if you haven't gotten your hands on either this planner here or this journal, notebook, make sure you go on to Amazon. All you have to do is type in the name, which is a planner for the prolific and productive. And this is mostly a planner for entrepreneurs, aspiring, budding entrepreneurs, business owners, whatever. This is a perfect planner for you. And if you want me to go ahead and do like a short video where I kind of outline how to, you know, maneuver through the planner, I can definitely do that, but you can catch the spiralless version on Amazon right now. Now I am working on getting a spiral version, so that should be available hopefully by the summer, but make sure you get your hand on that. And this is just a simple line notebook. You can just use this to kind of jot your thoughts and to-do lists and things like that on here. And it's just really cute, so you can get your hands on that as well. Both of them can be found on Amazon. This one is titled Beauty is a Superpower That Only You Can Illuminate. All right, so now that we got that out the way, let's get to the story. Okay, so I can't recall what year this was, but I had to have been no more than about 10 or 11 years old. Now, if you are from Miami, you are familiar with a location or a sub-city called Little Haiti. Now, it may not even be called that anymore because I know they're doing a lot of regentrification. And they've changed a lot of things since I've lived there. We moved out there when I was about probably 12, 13 years old. All right, so that's basically how the beginning of my upbringing was pretty much in that town. And so now this particular day, it must have been a teacher planning day or school, must have been some sort of a teacher planning day. Either way, maybe I was sick or something, but either way, I didn't go to school that day. So my mom went to work and she left me with the neighbor that's across the street. Now, on the block that I stayed on, it was a block where pretty much all the houses on the block were either duplexes or quadplexes, however you want to call it. But basically, these homes are kind of like apartment homes where you have 1, 2, 3, 4 homes in the building. So we lived in a duplex and we lived in the back portion of the duplex. So I'm across the street at the neighbor's home, and I believe I was playing outside with the neighbor's kids. So I want to say it probably was a teacher work day. So we're playing outside, I'm playing with the ball, And then there's this guy. He comes in on a bicycle. Um, Maybe he was Hispanic. He was Hispanic or white, but he was of a lighter complex. So I'm gonna go with white. Maybe he was Hispanic. I don't know. So anyways, I'm outside. He rides on his bike and he goes into our yard. So I'm watching him the whole time, while not being suspicious watching him, but I'm playing my ball, but I'm still watching him. So he walks up to my door, the door to where we stayed at, which is in the back. He knocks on the door, and then I guess nobody opened the door because nobody was home. And then what he did is he bent down looking under the door, I guess to see if somebody's footstep was coming to open the door or not. And at this moment, now I've always been the clumsy, nerdy, green type, where like, I don't know, kind of like nerdy. Can you believe it? Nerdy. Anyways, yeah. So I'm watching him, and then as I see him looking under the door to kind of see if somebody is home, my smart self goes and scream out, "Nobody's home!" So he turns around and he looks at me, and I believe he says, "Oh, okay, thanks." I thought nothing of it. I went on, playing with the ball. Now he gets back on his bike and he disappears. I don't recall him going to the back of the house. I don't recall him, going anywhere else in the yard, but leaving. So I continued to play, and everything was normal. And then now it's like probably 4:30, 5 o'clock. My mom comes to pick me up from the neighbor's house. So she picks me up, and we go back across the street, and she opens the door like normal. But what wasn't normal was the state of our house. Once you open the door, you're welcomed into our living room. But that wasn't our living room when we opened the door. That was some Cyclone Wizard of Oz tornado type-ish. The freaking living room was upside down. And at that point, we didn't know what the heck was going on. We were just looking like, what? So we continued to walk through the house like, what the heck just happened? Because we've never really experienced anything like this. Even though Little Haiti has relatively been known as a bad town, like a lot of crimes happen. But I mean, when you're living in that particular town, you're used to all that goes on. But we've never experienced anything like that. So we continue to walk through the house, and we get to my mom's room, and the room is upside down. Nothing was recognizable. The bed was upside down, the mattress, everything was all over the place. The drawers were all pulled out. So at this point, my mother and I realized that we got robbed. Yeah, we got robbed. So now we're looking like, what in the world? So after, all the hysteria, and my mom is crying. So now when I see my mom crying and getting all emotional, I start feeling some type of way too. I mean, I'm scared and I'm nervous. I don't know what's going on. Now, mind you, my mom, she probably been in the States probably at this point, maybe, a few years. She's an immigrant. She's, worked hard for the little coins that she's making. So she tries to make a life of what she has. So, the little necklaces and gold bracelets that we had, and bracelets that family friends gave to me at that time. Gold was kind of popular. So, we had we had some jewelry and other valuables, some money that I was saving up that she was putting away for me, and I think her rent money that she had put somewhere. Back in those days, putting your money under your mattress was like the thing. So the house was just upside down. Now at this point, she eventually ended up calling the police. The police comes, and of course it was a waste of time because they basically couldn't solve anything. So it became like a unsolved case, or cold case. It was just left at that. But we later on, you might as well say, we did our own investigation and solved our own case, because we found some things that basically plugged us to who actually was involved in the crime. We don't know if it was multiple people or if it was just one person, but when we put two and two together, we figure what happened is that they must have sent the young man to the door to see if somebody was home, and when they realized that no one was home, and of course when my smart self said nobody's home, he must have signaled out to the other person to proceed to get into the house. Well, apparently the way that they got into the home was through my mom's room window, and we know that because there was a handprint on the wall, which is kind of weird that I can't fathom why the police couldn't use those prints to kind of figure out who did it. That's probably because they didn't care to find out. So, that paw print was just left, the handprint, I keep saying paw print, the handprint was left there, and then the dummy left a pill, like the pill bottles that you get like when you go to Walgreens to get your medication. So anyways, I'm guessing when he was trying to climb the window, a pill bottle which belonged to his grandfather fell. And the reason why we know it was his grandfather, because because of the name that was on the pill bottle, we realized that this was actually the works of a kid of a friend of the family. And so my mom never followed up on it. She just kind of left it in God's hands. But later on, and the guy, he was not even from Miami. He was from like Central Florida, like Naples or Immokalee or something like that. So I don't know what the heck he was doing in Miami, or he must have been plotting on robbing the house for some time, because he didn't even live in that area, which is whatever. And so yeah, VCRs, money was gone, jewelry, all types of valuable things were gone. And my mom, we almost never recovered from that, because I can't recall my mom ever really buying us real gold jewelry after that, until I was able to kind of do it for myself. But yeah, so that was pretty much it. We spent like so many nights, well, at least I can speak for myself, I spent so many nights like traumatized behind the whole thing. I could not sleep, could not get a good night's rest. I was always thinking that like for the first 2-3 days that they were gonna come back and do something malicious to us, but they never came back. As time went on, so did the thought of us getting robbed and how it affected us. And actually, now that I think about it, I don't think my mom ever, well, I don't know if she ever found out that I said that, because I think if she would have found out then, I probably would have gotten in trouble. So that's probably something that I kept away from her for many years, and she's probably finding this out for the first time now. But I did live with like some guilt about it, because I was just like, maybe if I didn't say anything, they probably wouldn't have robbed the house and so forth. But like I said, eventually with time, I got over it. Got no choice. But yeah, that is the story about how I let the robbers in our home. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this story time. And if you did enjoy this story time, I'll know, because you would have probably clicked the like button. And then also in the comment section, you probably would have told me that you like this story time, and or let me know if you would like me to actually incorporate this a little bit more into my channel. Like I said, I'm a bit of a private person, so doing story times is kind of different for me, because like I said, I really don't want to incorporate anybody else's experience on here without their permission. I just kind of, I don't know, I just feel some type of way. I just kind of feel funny about that. I just don't want nobody, coming at me or looking at me crazy because I shared an experience that they were involved in. But yeah, so hopefully I should have an upload in the near future, maybe next week or so. But until then, You guys make sure that while we're on the quarantine, like I mentioned before, and we're going to continue to mention this, we're going to keep ourselves being a village, help somebody else however way you can, whether you're, sharing Wi-Fi, okay? Whether, it's food, whether maybe you can help out a elderly person, call them, see how they're doing, go shopping for them or something, be a village, do good things during this not so good moment in our lives. Until the next time, peace.